My Mako newsreader isn't equipped with cameras today. It's equipped with 6 guns, 4 repeaters size 1s and 2 repeaters size 2s. The 4 size 1 should give me the equivalent of a size 4, one size 4, and the 2 size 2s should give me the equivalent of a size 4. So the 2 size 4s and what they call it gives me the equivalent of a size 5 gun. Now what that means is it's got the firepower of a size 5 gun. It won't have the distance, but it'll also have more higher hit points at a shorter range. The reason why I picked up this layout is because I've got the Kraken, you see, and always I can't be going on news reading things, and the ship should be adaptable with less space possible in case I get attacked. I should need to change the loadout automatically. Activate systems.
Roger.
Systems on.
I'm not very good at combat, but there's nothing in the game because we're still in test. Activate star map. I'm going to be using voice attack quite a bit because I've got trouble with other things on my keyboards. I am actually waiting for my new, or I haven't ordered it yet, with verbal deltas, but I'm still stuck with, do I get the one with the, well, I want the one with the twist actually. The verbal deltas and the control panel because of the type of play that I do. I'm still working on my display, which I'm starting to turn settings up a bit now because the server is starting to stabilize, and that means I'll be able to stream, talk with friends and party. Sorry, stream, play at high graphics and party with my friends without crashing. Basically CIG is adding a lot of stuff in at the moment. Activate jump point.
Roger.
It's acting a load of stuff in at the moment, so that makes my PC overheat. Basically you need a more powerful PC, and the more powerful your PC is, the more power you're gonna need. So I haven't got a clue what this is gonna be like until I've finished it. Activate quantum drive.
Roger.
Full scan.
Roger.
Quantum travel complete.
Full scan.
Roger.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
I'm supposed to be working on my key bindings, but every time the game changes, I find something else to do. So I'm going to have to do it slowly now. Activate quantum drive.
Roger. Quantum travel engaged.
One thing you'll notice, you're actually buying fuel now in game. So with you guys with big ships, and you've got the reclaimer, you have to pick your missions very carefully. We all know that medical supply is the best thing to buy in game at the moment, but if you've got a reclaimer and use your fuel stupidly, you can spend up to 50k on hydrogen. The fuel mechanic's not in game yet, and the reclaimer at the moment can only hold 180 SCUs of credits. So in turn, when you can only sell that roughly at Lesky, sorry not Lesky, Hurston. They are other places, but if you're looking for a safe run, Hurston's the best. But you only make 100, you only make about, I think it was 19k you make, and if you fly stupidly, you'll be negative equity because you can spend over 50k just on hydrogen alone. Yes, the mechanic's not in the game for salvaging yet, but you could do Widow if that's what you guys are into. That's the only way you can make money. If you've got about 2.5 million, you can make 2 million profit of 4.5. Reason why I'm mentioning this, activate jump point.
Roger.
Reason why I'm mentioning this, because that's the only way you're going to keep that reclaimer alive. But don't be silly and think yes you can go and do it by yourself, because you can't, because while somebody's getting your Widow, somebody has to stay in the ship to keep the shields up. The ship at the moment as it stands is very strong. It would give the hammerhead a bit of a difficulty to destroy it. The reclaimer can't fight back. Okay, it's made for defense purposes. But the hammerhead, although it's a good ship, it's not supposed to take out big ships in a couple of minutes. Okay, it's all down to ingenuity. That ship is made for defense, not attack. So basically, if you're doing cargo runs, the survivability in that ship is very, very high. Don't compete it with the 890 jump, okay? Because the 890 jump can defend itself, but the reclaimer can defend itself, but the pilot has no control of the guns.
Contact
At
received.
full scan,
Roger.
activate quantum drive.
Roger.
Quantum travel engaged. Contact received. Contact received.
Full scan.
Roger.
Quantum travel complete.
No point me going after the hammerhead because I won't be able to touch it. But talking about that. Oh, by the way, when you're using quantum fuel, use it sparingly. If you've got small ships, you're okay, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna blow up. But if you've got big ships like that, the way they're altering the game at the moment, there's nothing wrong with the quantum fuel. It's how the game will be in the future. A lot of people you can be complaining, oh, I can't afford the quantum fuel. It is this is a time when you're gonna have an idea what it's gonna be like, so you can plan ahead. Theory crafting, which I've been doing already. But at the moment, full scan.
Roger.
What is that? What is that? Full scan.
Roger.
I can't see. use your quantum fuel. So use your hydrogen very sparingly, okay? At the moment I'm trying to not use no more than 2/3 because you're going to need it for different things, so don't waste it. I've forgotten the commands actually. Speed 2/3. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Speeds 2/3. Approach speed 2/3. Activate approach speed 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
That's the command. Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
With the voice attack, every ship's different. Activate Mobiglass. Activate star map. Activate star map. Right, let's see what we have. Missions. I presume in the next patch everybody's going to be doing bounty missions because they're not going to have enough AUC to do haulings unless you're very smart. I was actually going to be doing quizzes with the reclaimer, but I'm going to have to hold that till the end of the patch because our members is going to be running out of AUC credits, and if they ain't got credits they're not going to play. So we've designed quizzes in our org, so if they take part in the quizzes to get a general knowledge, get a better idea of the game, and they get credits so they can carry on doing what they're doing. I'm actually looking for a mission at the moment, but it's not coming up on the star map. You might have noticed this barcode thing. It's something to do with CIG. Basically, they're trying to find out what server lags we've got so they can fix it. For a minute I thought it was to do with some personal ID to do with my bank account. I got nothing in my bank account, so they can't go in and take anything out. Anyway, that's just a joke, but anyway, it's not the point. Let's find another mission. What I just picked. Cancel it. that one? There's one. Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
I would prefer to use the 600i actually, but I'm testing Mako, basically what the Mako's got. It's got attack stuff on it. This will give you an idea. Talking about that, I'm going to have to mess with my guns. I'm going to have to burn some fuel. I actually bought this ship for my Kraken when it comes out, but it's going to be modular. Basically, when the other ships come in game, the other arm, Reliant, I'll have those components stored on the Kraken so they can switch from versatility to different things. If it's been attacked, it can turn into an attack ship, but it'll be main purpose will be for news readings and surveillance. Then you've got it might be a small cargo ship. Basically, it's got 4 roles, so that actually will act as extra modularity in my gameplay, roleplay with the org that I'm in. Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
Select enemy.
Roger.
Still got the jitters. Thrusters 3
Roger.
clicks.
Full thrusters.
Thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
Those are some.
Contact received.
I've got them. Did I lose something? Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
I actually prefer to use distortion guidance.
Friendly.
Hey? Select enemy.
Roger.
Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
As you can see, I'm really concentrating on my fuel. They're not making the game harder, they're just putting some of the mechanics back in there, what it'll be like when the game starts. So you best take note what the fuel's going to cost, what you're going to need to get the fuel, how far you can go. Because when the PU starts, they're not going to change it, but they are. People start complaining. But that's not the way the game's supposed to be actually. The game's supposed to be versatile. And it's up to you to decide how to play the game. Beginners, you can attack AIs because those are predictable. Stay away from human play. firepower we've got in here is equivalent to a size 5 gun. I've got 4 size 1s, 2 size 2s, 4 size 1s is equivalent to a size 4, and 2 size 2 is also equivalent to a size 4. So I've got 2 size 4 equivalents in firepower or DPS, and 2 size 4 is equivalent to 1 size 5. The only thing you've not got is a distance, but you'll have extra DPS.
Target friendly.
How can it be friendly? It's showing red. Select enemy.
Roger.
Select enemy.
Roger.
Shields off. Hello. How can we help you today? Systems on.
The key bindings are slightly messed up. Now why did it? Oh, I got it now. So have I lost that ship with all them fancy weapons on there? Let's see. Power settings are high. The running cores are okay, but the graphic cards are hot. Right, as you can see, I've lost that ship, but I'm not going to lose the weapons because I'm still doing tests on this, so I'm just going to strip the ship. This will not be allowed in the game after a while up, I don't know, but it won't be. You'll be selling your weapons and buying weapons, but because the game is so impractical, we're just doing this at the moment. Right. So I got to find the Mako now. So you can't buy nothing in game at the moment because the kiosk is not working. As you can see, that's my ship, the Mako with all the firepower. But I've got to take the bits off it. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to be putting other weapons on there that I don't need. These weapons are off the heat seeker, so I'm not going to part with them. I'm going to take them off because I'm going to be using them. Mustang Gamma. Right, here we go. I think that's what was originally on it. It's just at its basic. If you try to leave the weapons off, as you can see, that won't change, so it's just wasting your time. So it's just basically just taking your time and taking the weapons out that you don't need. Right, okay, that's now done. The next ship I'm going to fly, which I've been talking, oh, okay, it crashes. That will tell me my power settings are too high. Not that it's too high, it's just that it can't cope with CIG, keeps changing the stuff, as you can see, graphics very, very high. CPU's okay, but the processor's not. I mean, the graphic cards are not. So I've got to keep my settings down to a minimum by turning them down, which I think I'll do right now actually. No, I'll leave it. So I'm actually running quite a few things in the background at the same time. I'm running the game, I'm running voice attack, and I'm also running Discord and OBS, all from the same piece. The emblems you see are the members that actually play with me when I'm actually doing YouTube and stuff like that, and we're doing missions. The ones on the right, they come in when they feel like, because they're actually freelancers. Well, they're not quite freelancers, but the main players that join up with us all the time is these four players here. You've got little Miss. She's the main commentator. She's really at the top. Then you've got, she does commentating basically, female character in Star Citizens. You got me, Pepper. I'm a fleet commander, mainly into exploration and theory crafting. You got Commander Yoza. He's also a fleet commander. He's also into exploration and combat. He says he's not combat, but I know he is. So you know what I mean. Then you've got, I think that is J Dot. J Dot is into web designing. He's the one doing our albums and coming up with things to do with web design and stuff like that. And then you've got Dofer. He's fleet commander into combat and navigation. So as you can see, we might share the same roles, but we all specialize in different roles. And when we come together, we test and we see what does what. If the person's best in that field, that is his job. Me, I'm a commander, so obviously if I'm a commander, I'm the main commander on the ship, I give the orders, blah blah blah, and I say yes, I'd like this being done. But if I give that job to somebody, I'm going to give the best person that job. Now let's take for instance, you've now got the reclaimer out. Well, because the reclaimer is so expensive to fly, I'm not going to give it to a pilot that doesn't have that skill, because it can be pretty expensive. Oh, by the way, little Miss is commentator, and she also goes searching for the burst routes and things like that. So it's slightly different from Dover, who's navigator. He navigates a ship through territories and different courses, etc. Where little Miss, she goes for trade routes because she's into logistics too. I've got to try and get back into the game now. The problem at the moment, the ships are not working. When I say they're not working, they're not really set up for multiplayer activities. They're set up for single combat, and I think that's a shame, because we've got to find ships that can do multi-role to show people what multiplayer is all about. And the only ship at the moment that does that, if I read correctly, is the Cutlass Black and the Hammerhead. They did have functionality on the Caterpillar, and they did have functionality on the Constellations, but that's been taken away, so finding ships for roleplay is very difficulty. The 600i is one of the best ships I like flying, but for multiplayer we can't use it, so that's killed at the moment in our org. But I'd like to test out the Reclaimer because I'm actually beginning to find that a very interesting ship. A very interesting ship. And if so, first saw that ship, I saw it as a dirty industrial ship, but it's got all the above. The small bug ship won't be able to attack it and kill it, so your survivability in that ship is very strong. It's good for defense, not for attack. It's got drones, okay, which I actually forgot in the last, what they call it. It's got drones. Now I got SRVs in on my ship for towing, tractor, stuff like that. But the Reclaimer seems like it's going to be able to do that job of 2 ships, where the drones will cost me nearly 300 quid and the Reclaimer is 400 quid. So I'm very interested in that ship. Reclaimer's got a storage capacity of what, 480? The SRV has not, but it doesn't stop there. It's got over 3 sorting bays in there, which, if you can get things in there, will be very interesting. I'm actually going to put vehicles in there, okay, like you do on the Starfarer, but it can only hold bikes at the moment because I can't get to work other facilities properly. But you've got other bays in there, you can store them things in there, so these bikes will be actually handy for me in this game. The next ship I'm going to take out now is going to be the Reclaimer, but before I do that, I want to see if I can buy anything. Nope. Nothing in the shops. Somebody came out and bought the lot. Damn you, CIG. You didn't give us 5 million to buy out everything in the shops. Look. Nah, it's not actually. They're actually doing some testing at the moment. Server testing and whatnot. So everybody has to walk around with basics. Apart from me, because I'm special. What do I mean by that? I'm the only one that's walking in my golden suit. Okay? I don't really have weapons on me, I don't really think they need for them. Right, well, I'm going to take out the Reclaimer. Right, the Reclaimer, as it says, is one of the strongest ships in the game at the moment. I'm not even going to class it with the 890 jump when it comes out, but I'm going to give you a brief idea. It's loadout and what you get with the Reclaimer. I am really interested in buying this ship, and one thing I want is the drones. Reason why I want the drones is because I've got the Carrack, and I want to see if I can swap them out and make them versatile. Okay, so basically the Reclaimer's got repair drones, so if it's, or is it salvage drones? If I can put them on the Reclaimer, I'll have 2 types of drones on there. And what I mean by drones, I think the Carrack will have drones for scanning long distance, so that's another set of drones. Then I've got the Apollo, that's got another set of drones. But search and rescue, I can use them, but those was going to work kind of differently actually. So basically that's why I want these ships. When the ships come out, I can actually test these drones when they come into game. But there is one problem I've got. When all these drones come out, most of you players have got carracks. Everybody's got carracks. You're gonna need 2 players for that ship. Okay? One just to activate the drones and whatnot, and it's going to be so many different types of drones, and the AIs are not going to be possible to work so many different drones because there's so many different jobs. So I want to know how is it going to work. Are we going to have drones that's got traits? Okay, so that means they know that skill automatically, or will there be like artificial? Now, artificial is something totally different because in this game it doesn't really mean artificial intelligence. What I mean is, if you have a drone, does it learn like we learn in the game when we do certain missions? I think that would be brilliant because obviously, if it goes into a ship for the first time and it's not something used to, just like us players, they're gonna make mistakes until they see how we do things. Now, if they can bring that into the game with these drones, great. They're not there to take up human players. They're there so we can keep the ships in the game, play the game. Because spending £400 on the ship, and you can sit down there and fly that ship, you're gonna kill the ship. So that's one of the reasons why I think the drones and AIs are very important. But how they're going to implement that, it's another kettle of fish. Before I start equipping the reclaimer, I was having a talk with, but I've had this conversation quite a few times with members in my org and in a different org a few months back. Right, when I first came into this game with Little Miss, right, she didn't want to come in this game because the storyline, she thought it was just about spaceships. I tried to explain to her, no, it's not about spaceship. The game has got storylines. When I explained storylines, she was interested. Right, I tried to mention this to other members in the org, and they don't like the idea, but I'm going to try and explain this very simply. When you come into Star Citizens, you need a ship, okay? So you've got to buy a ship to get into the game. That's fair enough, and that's understandable. Whatever ship you pick, that's brilliant. If you want to pick a Buccaneer, you got a Buccaneer. If you want to pick a Polaris, you got a Polaris. But the problem is, CIG has stated, when the game comes out live, these ships are free in game. Okay, that's alright. Alright? But how are they going to keep the turnover? Alright? Because if the ship's in game, because I've got nearly 10 grand worth of ships. I've got nearly 10 grand worth of ships. And when these ships come in game, I'm going to be getting rid of my ships because I don't see why I should have all these ships in game when they're free in game. But CIG has to make money. Alright, this is the main point I'm trying to make now. Okay? How can I explain this without offending anybody? You got missions. You got storylines. Storylines, again, I will use a modules. Okay? Modules are whatever you do with them. It means a heck of a lot of things. It's a modularity. You got the Twitch mission. That's a module in the game. Okay, to do a mission. You got Tessa. That's a mission in the game to do module. But you can create modules in the game, right, to do missions. And you've got missions that can last 10 minutes. And you've got missions that can last 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Can you see where I'm coming from? You've got the Kraken, the Carrack. You can have special missions with them to do special jobs. And they can last months. You can buy these missions. I don't want to pay no missions for in the game. Please listen to where I'm coming from, please. Let me finish the story. Alright? About the critics from everybody. What I'm trying to say is, right, yeah, you got basic missions, but if you want to keep these games going and whatnot, CIG should, after these ships come out, should to create missions that you can buy with special functionality, special credits and whatnot. They are storylines. You get bored of your missions or you get bored of your game, you're not going to play Star Citizens. You're going to go out there and you're going to play something else like Battlestar Galactica or whatnot. You're going to go out there and you're going to spend 10, 20, 30 or 40 quid. Why? It's a mission, it's something different. Every 3 months you get bored of the patch. Everybody goes away and they wait for the next patch to come out. And when the next patch comes out, you come and play. It's like a brand new game. Well, the missions are the same thing. Okay? You've got your ships and you play your game. CIG has to write these games as modules for missions and whatnot, depending how they write it. It could be a 10-minute mission. It could be a cheap mission. It could be a 3-month mission with special perks and whatever multiplayer. At least the AORUS can buy these missions and it's a new storyline, a new activity and whatever. And this is the way I think CIG should go later on in the game. If you don't want these missions, you don't buy the missions, you play the simple missions that are in the game. But to keep the game turnover, you're not going to buy the ships because CIG has stated you will get them free in the game. So why buy the ships in the game? That will cut the grey market out on all these kind of rubbish. But they will create missions later on, like Twitches, and people will play these missions as on and whatnot. It will not be in the game now because it's in development, but CIG has to keep the game interesting, okay? Because if they don't, you're going to take your £30, £40 or £100 and you're going to buy a new game, something like a driving game. It could be FIC or whatever. And if they've got a ministry org, your players are going to play because they'll find a way to implement it where it's going to be team play, this play, that play. I have mentioned this before many a times, and because you guys can't think for yourself, I'm not going to go into a game where I got to pay for this. You like babies. So I'm not insulting anybody, it's just the way I speak, okay? But they have to make money, they've got to find new ways. They can't sell the ships because they stated it's free in game. They have to come up with a way to make the game a revenue. And people will start creating modules for missions, interactive play that will keep the game playing. It could be something for the carrot that will last 4 or 5 months with special perks in there. It could be something for bounty missions. It could be 10 minutes. It could be whatever. It could be something for the carrot. You see where I'm coming from now? But it's going to take time to write these things and they can't do it for free. I have mentioned this more than once. I was actually going to apply to work with CIG and suggest these ideas, but somebody in one of the orgs turned around and said something that I didn't like. And I'm not the sort of person that creeps. You see, I speak my mind because I believe in freedom of speech and expressing yourself as long as it's not offensive. Anyway, enough about that. But you think about it and you see where I'm coming from. Because in 3 months, this game's going to get hard. You guys are not going to play it. You're going to wait for the next patch. But when the game comes out, they're going to need new ideas because you can't buy the ships. Okay, they stated they're going to be free in game. Now let's get my reclaimer out. The reclaimer is the strongest ship in the game. It's not a capital ship, but 3 of each component is the next thing to a capital component. So if you've got 3 large components of anything, and it's classed as 1 capital component in theory. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to beef up the reclaimer. Okay, watch very carefully now. Okay, remember 3 components make a capital component. Okay, and that's why the reclaimer is one of the strongest ships in the game. Right. and I'm going to make everything strong. I'm not saying I'm using different components, I'm going to keep everything the same, okay? Because I usually use different components for different redundancies, for reasons, but just to give you an idea. That's size 3, as you can see, and I'm going to put size 3 military on all around this ship. There's one, but check and see more. Be careful when you're choosing your components now, very careful. Because they might say size 3, you pick size 2. Okay. I'm going to check that again because I'm kind of skeptical on that. I know they've got a size 4 component on there, you see. No, they haven't. Okay, as you can see, you've got 3 coolers on here now, okay? That is equal to a capital component. It won't be as high in hit points or endurability, but if you know your physics in the game, you'll see where I'm coming from. It has got 3 Mercuries on there, military, sorry, and those are as strong as a cooler. Basically, you've got those on there, things are not burning out. Now we're going to change the power plant. The power plant is size 4, so I'm not going to touch that. Now let's look at the shield generators now. Alright, the shield generators are size 2s. No, they're not. They're size 1s. Okay, well, guess what? The shield generators at the moment don't even add up to a large. As you can see, look. A civilian size 1 and a civilian size 1 and that size 3. Does it even, well, that's a size 3 large, and 2 size 1s make a medium. So that's half the power of the shield capacity of this ship. But I'm going to put all size 3 on this ship. Okay, military. Like I said, I was going to put that for military, but it's not size 3, it's size 2s. Size 3, S blah blah blah. That should be size 3. That's a size 3, and that's a size 3. I actually like these shields personally. Okay, but I'm gonna stick to what everybody's used to. These shields here. Okay, take them off the hammerhead. Now obviously when the game starts you won't have the options for these weapons and shields and components because you're going to have to buy them in the shops, okay, and they're very expensive, but just give you an idea of the versatility you've got. So as you can see now, This ship is the next thing to a capital ship. Now, CIG says they had raised the power levels of the shields on the ships. They didn't raise the power levels on the shields on the ships. I mean the compound shields and whatever. They actually dropped the firepower of the guns, which I think is better. Now, what I mean by that, if they'd raised the power levels of the shields, you would have had more overheating. So it was better for them to drop the power levels of the weapons, okay, so you didn't have more overheating, giving you a fair balance. And with that in turn, you can't go out there and blow up a ship within 30 seconds. A big ship should blow up a little ship, but a little ship is not supposed to blow up a big ship unless it's specified in that specific role. At the moment, I'm not supposed to really fly this ship because my PC is running above normal temperatures. So I need to turn things down. As you can see, they are very high. Right. So I'm going to try and turn down my settings. I can do this by lowering the graphics. I shouldn't have done that actually. Let's put that back. I've actually got this on test at the moment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lower these. See what's happening, every time CIG puts a new module, it puts more of a load on your PC, cause it to overheat and cause it to cut out. So when it cuts out, you think it's down to CIG. It is not actually. It's your PC cannot handle this sheer pressure. Okay, and when you got powerful PCs like what I've got, it quadruples. You got different things like 30,000 cores. That is down to CIG because you can't really log back in. Right, let's see if I cut down my temperatures on my PC. I think I have actually. As you can see, it's cut down here. Okay, and these will alter, and I say it should be about there, but I'm going to wait for a few minutes. Basically, I don't really want to run the game with them in there because it means I've got to then go back to the swap shop. And I don't want to go back to the swap shop. So let's let me walk around for a couple of minutes. As you can see, the quality is degraded slightly. I don't know what the animation's like because I have got it on testing. When the PU comes, things will be a little bit more. Oh, I like his suit. But wait a minute. How has he got that? He must have a server flare account. That basically is a subscriber. But we'll soon find out in a minute.
Hi, welcome to the store.
Yeah, there's nothing in there for me to buy. Right, I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. Nothing. Right. So he's got his stuff on the same way I got my stuff. He's got a
Hi.
subscribers account. And I thought I was special. Right, so I think I walked around. Just going to check my temperatures on my ship. And as you can see, things are now cutting down slightly. Okay, not much, but just enough for me to play. And actually, since I've cut it down, the processor's gone up, but the graphic card's gone down. Okay, that's interesting. But it's the graphic cards I want cutting down actually. Hmm. Right, what can I cut down? I can cut down the quality, because that's down to graphics, isn't it? No, I cut the quality down. Take the impact off the graphics cards. Oh, it's on high quality. My eyes are going bad. Quality, that's what I want. Not reading this very good. I think that might work. I can see it's strobing a bit, it's not as smooth. If I wasn't streaming on the same PC, I could run these setups, but everything's on the same PC. It's a very high powered PC actually, so I can't expect everything. Right, I'm going to set course for Hurston. Okay. And you'll notice the fuel. I can burn the fuel out, but I'm not going to. But I'm going to give you an idea how more expensive it is to run this ship. So when you're picking missions, you're going to have to be very careful. Basically, you don't want to go and say you're going to do Widow, and you're going from Port Olisar to Jumptown, and then find out if you're going from Jumptown to Hurston, you're okay up to that point. But when you come in an entry, because you've been flying stupidly, you run out of hydrogen. That's an expensive do. Do your test runs. Right, anyway, let's get back to this. I usually like to get everything ready before I actually go in, because in the last patches, every time you spawn your ship, you'd run out of time, you'd run out of this, somebody would stow away in your ship, all these kind of things. You guys usually get on that 00. I actually load him from port 10. I'm looking for Rover at the moment. is. Lorville. So everything's now set. Now I'm going to spawn my ship. On the way, I'll give some demonstrations. Where can I do this? I'll actually do it in Arena Commander. I hope it lets me buy things. Okay, this trip should take roughly about 40 minutes. What you talking about 40 minutes? Like I says, that's where the game's going to be going. It's not a 5-minute game when you're doing these modules, okay? It's about being practical. I'm not in a little snub fighter. It costs money to fly these ships. And when the game starts, you're not going to be putting any fruity in the co-pilot seat, costing you 50,000 at a time. They can't fly the ship. You're going to be paying him top dollar to what you're making. So these guys, you better start practicing for now. It's not just about going out there creeping and shooting things down. You're going to have to be good at figures. And you're all going to realise when the new patch comes out and you haven't got credits. In the small ships you'll be okay, but in the big ships you're going to be thinking twice. But the Reclaimer will be the best ship in this patch to fly. Oh, I need to claim that back. Let that claim its own time. Now let's find the reclaim. That's the hammerhead. Reclaim. Not even medical supplies
All
can
of our
pay this
landing
ship.
areas are
Hey,
currently
what?
full. Please hold for assignment.
He's not very nice.
Unfortunately, our automated system is unable to access that ship at this time. We apologize for any inconvenience. Please try again later.
There comes the ship and it's ready.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Oh, come on then. The only way into the ship is from here. Okay? This is where all your cargo will be going.
Morning.
Morning, little miss. This is where all your cargo will be going in. Okay? Salvage and everything to go with it. You've also got the mincer. Oh, let's do the mincer. No, I ain't got time. I know what this ship is like. Can you see from me? You can't see it. I'll be able to show it somewhere else. This is the loading bay where everything is brought onto ship. Cargo, utilities, everything. It's not as glitchy. When the ship first came out, didn't like the ship. Wouldn't play it because I was always dying, but it's starting to be a very interesting ship. I don't like going in ships that I'm going to die in, you see, that's another reason. That's a size 4 reactor. That's a mincer where the scraps will be loaded into the ship, not thrown out but pulled in. It's going to take me a few weeks to learn about this ship because I am actually really interested. Those are the claw hammers. This ship's got drones. Activate systems.
Roger.
Aegis combat assist activated.
Activate
Systems
star
green.
map.
Full power to shields.
Activate star map.
Engines.
Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
Right before I take off, just let me go star map. Star map. Just take a look at the oh, you can't do it here. I was going to show you what it uses, but you can't.
Launch complete.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Thrusters 2. Activate cruise control. Cruise control. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
Remember, this is a very expensive ship to fly, okay? So you just don't want to be putting people in there and flying it because it can cost you over 50,000 credits just to refuel it. A lot of people are going to be claiming say it's too hard, but you can't make everything easy. You've got to adapt to the game. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. You got little small ships out there. I wouldn't want you to have one of these ships out here where you can make the fuel very cheap and then you come and you start griefing me and then you just go out and get another ship 10 minutes then come and grief somebody else. You know what I mean? That's not the way the game's going to be played. Activate quantum drive.
Roger.
Quantum travel initiated.
I've already got my role play in the game. You know something? I'm going to try and do this all in one take. Divert power to the shields.
Roger.
Right. While that's doing that, I'm going to be overclocking some things. Now I don't know what to overclock. put none of these on test in the game yet, you see. Right, you got the power plant. Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
Modulate shields.
Roger.
And those are okay. Now, if the functions are working on this ship, right, and I get attacked, I don't need to run straight back to the cockpit if I'm on the other side of the ship. I will just run to the nearest panel, control panel, and I'll operate the shields from there. But I don't know this ship very well yet, okay? But I hope I find something just in time, because I really want to go into the cargo bay.
Quantum travel complete.
So for the moment, I'm going to turn away. As you can see, I'm not using any fuel because I'm not moving. Where I will use fuel is on entry, okay? But like I says, I'll be using it sparingly. But I don't know if I'll be using anything while I'm in transit, but just in case, I'm going to activate. No, because it might. No, I'll fall out the ship. I'll fall out the ship. There's still bugs on this ship. I don't want it to run away without me. Okay. Well, you got the co-pilot. Let's see if we got. No, let's just get straight to the point. This could take hours. As you got there, the claw hammers, or whatever you want to call it, drone bays and whatnot. I do believe them terminals will be able to do unmanned turrets. And come to think of it, let's have a look. I did try last time actually. I couldn't get nothing to work. No. One step at a time. I've got all day. I really want to look at the cargo bay. Remember, this ship is a salvage ship, okay, to make credits. It's not really for cargo, alright? But because there's nothing in the game for that at the moment, you've got to experiment, okay? This ship, if you're going to do cargo like Widow, the ship is strong enough if you're under attack, okay? You can survive. But if you're going for something like Widow, the ship will despawn. So you really need somebody on the ship while you go and get your... I'm looking for terminals. The reason I'm looking for terminals is because I might need one if I get into some trouble, you see. why you go get your widow, okay? It's because the ship will despawn, and that's the only problem we've got in the game at the moment. The rest we can work out. I am looking for access points. This is going to be fun. Am I going back the way I came? That's the drone bay, okay? I can go in there, but I'm not come here to do all that. It's a big ship. I'm sure I'll come this way. I'm sure I'll come this way. Bridge, yes, I have come this way. That's where I've come from, I mean. Drone bay where your drones are gonna be. I hope they're all one size. This ship I'll be flying in the verse quite a lot, but I don't know how I'm gonna make it pay. I never saw any access panels. Careful. These are where you get trapped. When I get trapped, I just drop down there to get back out of the ship to get back in. I'm going to go straight to the top of the ship. This is going to take at least 10 to 15 minutes to show you what does what. This is the only entrance into the ship. All cargo, all utilities come from in here. Okay? When they come from in here, you bring them up. Alright? Right. As you can see, you got cranes. The cranes can lift them from in there, which they don't really come in there, they'll be coming from the ground. While we walk around, you've got cranes, you've got 8, 2, 4, 6, you've got 12 cranes on this ship, which I've noticed all the YouTubers have missed out on. So basically, as you can see, you've got the bottom deck there where everything's loaded in. The cranes can pick them up, so you've got an extra deck for sorting, moving around or whatever, or if you've got vehicles you want to put on whatnot. But how these cranes will work, look very carefully. The cranes are on pulleys, 2 to a pulley, okay? The cranes, how can I explain this? The cranes will slide along the rack or ramp, that's from there to the other side, alright? They move around like that. And in turn, you see that little circle up there. Ah, this is better. This is better. You see, these are the cranes, as you can see. They go up and down. That's all those do, go up and down. Then, they're on this little ramp, okay, that goes from left to right within that radius. Alright? In turn of that, as you see, there's another pivot there. These rotate the cranes into different angles. So if you've got a vehicle, you can use it to rotate. As you can see, that will rotate into an L-shaped position, so it can move along here and across into the middle. Okay, and on turn of that, it's got ramp, another ramp, right, that moves all the way down. Okay, down there. If you look very carefully, if I try and follow it without moving too much, okay, you see, it will slide along there, going all the way across as whatever, and you've got 6 of these, okay, for moving junk around, utilities or whatever, Okay, whatever you can put in there, those can lift them up, and you've got it's like 2 levels on the constellation. You know how the constellation works. Okay, nobody's done that or showed any videos on how these cranes work. Okay, so as you can see, they've got the pulleys. They pick up from the ground up there. They pick up and whatnot, depending on how big it is. Then they slide along into the middle. They can rotate and they can move along. That's how those cranes work. Now, I don't believe the back of the ships can open. Alright? So the only way you can get utilities in this cargo deck is from those doors. Okay? From them doors only. And when they come in, these are where they're loaded onto when you want them, of the sorting office or whatever. So basically, just like the starfarer, you can put vehicles in here if they can fit through that door. Now the bikes can fit in here, the dragonflies can fit in here. I'd say the great cats can fit in it if it can go over that lip, and possibly the cyclones. I'm not too sure about the rovers because of the height. Okay, but if they do come through, this part here will be brilliant for loading utility vehicles. Okay, and if you got cargo on those vehicles, it will beef up this part here for utilities, unless you've got some kind of a grab lift that can move the cargo onto it, depending on what type of mission you're going to be doing. Salvage room. Okay, you can put cargo on here, but I don't know how they're going to work that out. Everything is on the left hand side, the cargo bay is on the right. Got wait for it to open. Now we're going, no, that's habitation deck, we don't want that. We're now going to where the salvaging is. Okay, this is where they're going to be processing the stuff. This is another floor. The same deck you'll see with the cranes on top, processing. Basically it's where you move things around. If you can get a vehicle on here and they can fit through that terminal, you've not got a problem. As you can see, they're the cranes. Okay, the cranes there slide along onto the pulleys there. These are the circles what pivots it round so they can move around and whatnot. So basically, you just not got the first floor to hold your utilities, okay? Because these can move things around. Now, depending on what you've got and how you move them up, right? They are stored on these latches here. So when you move them around, they are secured, depending on how they work that out. And there's 6 of them. Well, there's 8 actually, or is it 6? I'll just call it 6. Just use each bay as one big bay, but it's 2 bays. Okay, so there's 2 there, 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 so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. But just say 6 bays. You see to say 6 bays, okay? So then, depending where the crane picks them up from, okay, you might slide all the way up here, pick them up from down here, because don't forget you've loaded them from here, you're sorting them out, okay, and then the crane moves them all the way down to here, and that lift then comes up. I've heard people think you can put vehicles on this. I mean ships, you can't. I don't believe them doors can open. Look at the structure. This, you know what I mean? I don't believe them doors open. Okay, I can't see it. But what I do see is they're lifting up the lift from the bottom, and it will form another plate on there. It's not dropped in there because it's not that kind of a processing. Obviously, you're moving things. You don't want things to break because obviously, if it's any good, you don't want to be throwing things around. It could be glass. If you drop it down, it's going to break. So the lift actually will come up. I hear noises. Sorry, it's just that when you're a cargo hauler and you hear the noises, you're on alert. So as you can see, that's what the cranes do. They move them along, unless you got grad lifts, but they can slide along the bottom. I bet those are like grad lifts, aren't they? I bet you they are. Them round things that they slide along so they can be pushed. I can drop down there. Okay, but that's not what it's there for, okay? I should really be using the lifts. But as I said, they are made here. The top cranes move them around so they can put them on them. Sorry, I keep forgetting there's no one here with me. The cranes move them around so they can put them on these piles. They can latch down. And they are moved along the middle, okay, down to the end. And the lift comes up. And they're put onto a plate. These lifts is a lift, so I can't see this opening at the back. I really can't. Okay, if they do, I'll be surprised. Okay, I can't see we can store vehicles, I mean ships like that. I would like it if they could, because I always have some serious like putting ships inside ships, but I can't see that. I think they will go on the tractor beams outside the ship. But let me drop down here now, okay? Okay, as you can see, you see where I'm coming from. This is a lift, but look at the crane, okay? They lift. It's a lift that lifts up and slides back and through there to come down here, okay? Now, depending if you've got grab lifts or something to move them down, they move down here. Now, this is another place you can have vehicles. So you can keep what you want, okay, on the top floor, and you move them from here, ready to move down here in order as you want to get. Remember, the only way you can get them off the ship is through these doors, okay? So don't think you can put big things in there and move them, because you can't. This is not the cargo section, and I would actually have bikes on here. Rovers. No, you can't get that. I don't think you can get the Rovers on here. No, just have a look. I don't think the Rovers can go on there. Usually pretty good with heights. No, I don't think, because the Rovers are 8 meters long, 7 meters high, 6 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters high. And I don't think that's 3 meters. Okay? Because in cargo, it's about 2 meters high. With using their figures. So like I said, this will be there to store utilities, not cargo, utilities. But it can put cargoes if you've got the necessities. Okay, you've got a grey cat, so not a grey cat, you've got a cyclone. Okay, the cyclone can carry utilities, cargo, okay, cargo crates, and they've got 2 to each one when it's in game. So depending how many cyclones you can get, and they will add to it, okay, to main capacity. And I always say, cyclones, 2, 4, 6 cyclones. No, it'll hold a lot more than 6. Say 12 cyclones, okay. I don't know, but I've not got a cyclone there to test all that yet. Okay, so remember, I came down the hatch from the top. Okay, so basically you sorted all your rubbish out and you stored them on here. So you got 2 ways of getting your rubbish in and out of the ship. Here you got your utility vehicles, they drive through here, or what type of vehicles, ready for how you want to use them. Okay, let's go to the next floor. Salvage balcony. salvage hold. Okay, I've not done the cargo yet. I'm going now to the salvage hold. Balcony. Wait a minute. I've done that. I'm on the salvage hold. I'm going back up. Yeah, back up a floor. That's a balcony. That takes 2 decks. That way, there goes to the cargo deck. This is the floor we've just come off. Okay, so this is where I would store the things I would want to move around, like utility vehicles and whatnot. Okay, that's totally separate from the cargo bay. This is the cargo bay. Your main money, car utilities will be made from salvage. Shit, it's going down. Sorry about language, it's glitches, okay? This is your cargo bay where you can store 180. You might think it's a lot, but for this ship doing cargo, you'll put you out of business. Basically, if you take the ship from Lesky, Port Olisar, with medical supply, it'll put you out of business. Alright? I'm going to try and burn out as much fuel as I can on this ship. No, I'm not. I'm just going to give you an idea. You can just see what we've got left and divide it from there. Okay? So this is the cargo bay. This stores cargo. You can put utilities on here if you want to, but I wouldn't, because you've got the other bays to do that, as you can see. See, with the starfarer, okay, you can store utilities like other rovers and whatnot, and if you do use that, it also takes up the space of the cargo. This one can be done independently. The good thing about this, oh, it's got cranes, so that means it's to move small boxes. It's cargo, it's for cranes, isn't it? For cargo, this is for cargo. So it all depends on the height. So I would say this would be no more than 3 stacks high. But it is 3 stacks high. I know that automatically. 180 cargo. Somebody out here will do a better YouTube than this. I'm going to this in detail. Right. I'm going to go outside the ship now. Okay. And I'm going to show what I can of this. I don't think it's a good idea going outside the ship, you know. Why not? Is the ship moving? Let's check. Right. You see this up here? This is where when the after things don't work with me on this one, I'm doing this actually, as you can see already. When the claw hammer comes in, it's through, this is the mincer, everything's goggled up into this, which you see that shit where you got them rotating things. This is the access or the shredder. I call it a shredder. You call it a muncher or whatever you call it, I call it a shredder. Okay. Now, I'm going to the back of the ship. And if you look carefully, right, as you can see, I can't see where that would open up of any practicality. If it can, great, but I can't see it. Okay. Now I do know it's got a tractor beam, and I've seen people towing a caterpillar underneath this ship. Alright, but it would get in the way when it goes to land. The ship wouldn't be able to land. But theory crafting, I do believe that a ship of a reasonable size and clamped down might be able to go there. Reason why I say that is because you've got the guns and it wouldn't obscure the guns, so you could salvage the ship on this with the tractor beam clamping it down. Yes, you've got the long arm at the bottom, okay, the claws that can do that, it can extend. But if this is for docking, a ship could be clamped onto here, okay, and it could be docked and it could move around because it's indented. I was saying indented, you can see, look at the cove in, so it's not in the way of the guns. Okay, so that I could see that actually working. That's one way for docking. Okay, and you've got the long arms. These arms extend, they do extend. Okay, I've seen a caterpillar underneath this. I don't know how it works or whatnot. I just believe the big claws to break up the ship. Okay, and you got drones. That's why I'm buying this ship now. I get it. You got drones that can help load them into. Has it gone up? Yes, it's gone up. You got drones that will put the things into the back of the ship, and these have got arms that also can act as clamps. This is me theorizing. I don't know much about this ship. It's just I've been interested in this ship in the last couple of days, you see, because of the way you can survive and not get hurt. So those are the claws, and then things might be clamps of some sort. They're not the tractor beams. The tractor beams, those are the guns. It's going to take me weeks to look over this ship. I think that just breaks things up personally. Anyway, let's get back on the ship. I said there is entrance at the side, but when for doing salvaging, you bringing personal effects on and whatnot, I believe this is I still say that's a compactor shred of some sort. And if we got anything good, the drones actually would bring them and put them on here. I can't see it there taking a whole ship and put it on. It might be if that can open, but I doubt it. That's the thing I'm talking about there, the shredder. That's a opens up and whatnot and shreds. I could be wrong, okay? So don't swear by it. As I play with this ship a lot more, I'll know more about it. But now I need to get back on the ship. If I don't get on it soon, it's gonna disappear. Don't hit me. I should really use the escape hatches, but I want to see what this is like for elevating up. Okay, we're going back to the cargo hall. That's at the bottom of the ship. Well, if that's the bottom of the ship, how can it be a compactor then? Wait a minute, no, that's going to be on that side. The compactor's on that side. Okay. So this is the processing part. So that means you can also bring things from the bottom, if it's any good, back to the salvage bank and then sort them back out, then back down again into the middle. Salvage hold. Salvage hold. So I presume if the compactor's underneath this, this might be where all the junk comes in. So if all the junk comes in here, it would then go onto this lift here and then go up, not down. So the shredder's on the, but how do they get the stuff in here? Do these doors open up or something? You see, I'm learning as I'm looking. So it comes from the bottom, it's got to come to this floor. So if it comes to this floor, it's going up, not down. Then it goes to the sorting office, and then it goes to the middle bay, where they can be moved out. So this is the entrance. But how? Does it open? I get it. I don't like walking on these things. Somehow these will be opening up. And I would say it would open up going that way, and that might be the reason why you've got the crane. Has it got a crane? It should have. No, it's not got a crane. Now I'm stuck. Interesting. This ship's going to disappear and I need to spend a bit more time on this, because I want to know how it gets from the bottom up here. I can't see. Because they'd have to slide, it must be on grab now. I can't see it. I'm looking really hard here actually. So this lifts it up, and the top floor is where all the stuff is kept to be moved. Anyway, I need to spend more time on this. I really want to know how they get the stuff from here down to there. They've not got a crane, they've not got a grab lift, these are not opening. Well, space is gravity, so there's no weight. I'm really stuck on that actually. No, forget it. We know this takes full bits. Habitation, salvage balcony, salvage processing. That's where they're going to work things out. So they want to know what they're going to keep and what not. Where's he going? And they put them into cubicles. I think I've missed another floor again, haven't I? So this must be where they keep the stuff. And the cranes move them around to get them out. CIG is creating a lot of work, but basically they're making these ships, and when they've got the money, they stop work on them and say they don't know how they're going to be doing it yet. And we're stuck on these things and waiting. I've not bought this ship yet. I actually bought the whole E to get this ship so I could test it properly before I actually bought it. Basically, I don't like buying ships blind anymore. I like to test them. Because if I haven't got a use for them, it's money down the drain. It's just like with the javelin. I never wanted the javelin because I didn't have a use for it, but now I've got a use because it's a ship you can live on. You can't be attacked and get blown up so easy unless you got the cause trouble. So basically, it's got 4 size blast shields. It's got this. It's not an attack ship. It hasn't got work on there. It said it's modular, but it isn't. Okay, because then with 300 people on there, they're going to be mutilated because they want work. They want to make money, and they can't do it. So you need other ways of doing it. But I'll have that ship for living on. And the other ships, like these industrial ships, will be worker bees. But you can't get that ship in the game at the moment until they sort out ways we can buy these ships, because you've got one person with these bots that will block the servers, make things wrong, and you can't play the game, you can't buy anything because one guy has got 25 javelins and selling them on the black market. They should do it like they did the Kraken, but they're not going to do that though, are they? Anyway, let's go back and fly this ship to its final destination. I'm going to try not to use much fuel because it does cost at the end of the day. Activate systems.
Roger.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
Activate star map. Activate star map. Reset power.
Roger.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
looks different. Normally I usually leave the game running, you see, but this is where it's all hanging, right here.
Weapon systems offline.
Activate systems.
Roger.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
Oh, it's night and day. Okay. Activate star map. Oh, I'm on the right side of it, but I can't see it. Activate star map. Activate star map. Activate star map. Activate star map. Right, I got problems already. I'm going to have to change destination. Activate star map. Let me just look. Go. Activate star map. Activate star map. One more look. Activate jump point.
Roger.
Activate jump point.
Roger.
See, it's like looking for an needle in a haystack. Activate jump point.
Roger.
Activate quantum drive.
Roger.
Activate star map. Let's cancel. reason why I don't want to lose the ship, because I'm limited on components, you see. And you can't buy nothing in game at the moment. I'm not even too sure if you can even buy fuel. Activate star map. Let's go to Arcorp. You see, if I can't find somewhere to land, I can't demonstrate the fuel capacity. But I am not about to waste it. Because in game, if you don't play properly, you'll be running to your bank manager every 5 minutes. Please, can I have $5 please, bank manager, so I can go buy AUC for credits. $5 ain't gonna fill this tank up 50, 200 AUC credits a time, okay? You're gonna need a lot more than that. So don't put anybody in your ship unless they're qualified. And when you do put them on your ship, don't let them tell you what to do, it's gonna be coming out of your pocket. Let them stick to their small ships. Because when reputation comes in, they're the ones that are going to have hard, because the missions are not going to be there. It's like the big missions. And I'm actually having problems at the moment again. There's area 18. Now let's see if it lets me do that. I'm so glad I didn't waste my fuel now. Ah, I've got a beacon. So remember, when using hydrogen, it's on entry, okay? If you've got 2 million credits on your what do you call it, you don't want to be running out of fuel at this stage. Activate jump point.
Roger.
Engage quantum drive.
Roger.
Quantum travel initiated.
When I get my Polaris or the Kraken, those got the fastest jump drives, I would fly to the outer skirts of a planet, and I'd take one of my small ships to shuttlecraft down to the planet, because it'd be quicker than taking nearly 45 minutes to land a big ship like this. That's going to be expensive. I say, if you're going to play the game, play it properly. Learn as you go along. Size 2 and size 1 power plants I'd be still flying from Port Olisar. Activate jump point.
Roger.
Let's have a look what we got now on the map. We got tons of quantum fuel. Quantum fuel is not the problem. It's the hydrogen. Almost there.
Quantum travel complete.
There we are. Just waiting for the cooldown period. Activate jump drive.
Roger.
Activate quantum drive.
Roger.
You see, I'm using it very sparingly,
Quantum
okay?
travel initiated.
So don't think you can just fly straight here and you've got plenty of quantum hydrogen, because you won't. It's not a little ship, okay? You can't be destroyed. Just, you've been attacked, just take your time and trundle down. Because when they're dancing around you, they're going to run out of quantum fuel too. Hydrogen, sorry.
Quantum travel complete.
As you can see, I've only used 3%. It's not that easy, okay? And you can see I'm not going full speed. I'm taking my time. Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
You see, now I'm going to be using hydrogen. Watch it start going down. It will go down. Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
If I get it, if I use 95%, okay, before I get there, just times that by 20, okay, and and that'll give you an idea on how much it should cost if they haven't changed the figures. And loading up fuel on these big juggernauts is like loading a lorry, okay? Depending on how many fuel intakes they've got is how long it takes to fill. Activate jump point.
Roger.
Just checking my distance. I'm not going all crazy. I know you're thinking, oh come on, get it up and done with. You're in the PTU, you can do it yourself, okay? I'm just giving you an idea, alerting to you what it can cost. Activate jump point.
Roger.
I got all different problems at the moment. And that's this. This is doing its own thing. Actually giving it a little bit more speed on the thrust. I don't like going over 2/3. It can do it, but I don't want to do it. Altitude. If you've noticed, I have not got my landing gear down, so I am still on the over descent, okay? I am flying. I best check that actually. Yeah, I'm flying about 18 knots. Or 18 clicks. I've got no left and right controls. cause me problems. Am I flying? Not according to this. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Now I'm flying. Now let's see if I can steer it. This is not good. Let's take up the gimbals. I need to sort this out before I land. Right, got back steering. As you can see, I'm still dropping. That's dangerous. And the only way I can control that now, I've got to lower landing gear. Lower landing gear.
Roger.
It's the only way I'm going to get back lift. If you remember me said to you earlier, that without the landing gear going down, I'm on a slow descent. I'm going to try and maintain a level height of about 4,000. 3,000 is a bit too low for me. above 3,000. All the time I am keeping my eye on my hydrogen. In this vehicle, or vehicles of this size, you have to take note, because if you're traveling with low credits, you are going to be grounded, and all you're going to have is small vehicles. If you're going to do a jump town mission, allow yourself at least 2 to 3 hours, and think of the profit you can make with that. 2 million in this ship. And the minimum amount of hydrogen you will save, that can go towards paying the crew. So if you don't know where Jump Town is, you will need a navigator. Okay? He's there going to be directing while you're flying and keeping your eye on your instruments. You're going to need somebody else to look on the map to say where's the best place to sell these things, just in case you go to one place and you find that you've got to take a detour. Who's to know Area 18 can buy Widow? You don't know unless you get a navigator there. I mean, a logistics officer who knows the way around when it comes to selling things. They'll have all the software, they'll have all the jump points and everything. The navigator is totally different from your logistics, okay? Everybody specializes in different things. Your pilot, he should know how to fly the ship and get you home safely. The pilot makes a mistake, does his own thing, he's going to cause the ship owner over 2 million in credits. And if that pilot did that to me, I wouldn't fly with him again. So at the end of the day, start practicing. Full scan.
Roger.
I pressed the wrong keys before and it deactivated my ship. So I can only scan for enemies at the moment. I've been flying very cautiously and I've used 10% of my hydrogen. So what would you do if you was under attack? Would you fly away? Would you dance around space? No, because you couldn't get away from the piste. It's a slow tugboat. You wait for your moment to go into jump, but you keep your speed low. The only threat to this ship, believe it or not, is distortion cannons. My problem is I came in too low, so now I'm struggling now to see the landing point. And I want to stay at a level of 3,000 feet. I'm still climbing. Hello? Yoza? Little miss? I can hear you, but I don't know if I've got my mic activations on. And you sound very, very low, but I'll have to get to you in a bit there, okay? I don't want to switch screens at the moment. So how much could you make on this trip, I was asked, in this ship with what I've got? Well, I would say on the fuel I've got and how I've flown this ship and not being attacked. Yeah, I can hear you, Yoza, but you're very low. Okay, but I'm streaming at the moment. I can't switch over screen because I might crash. I know the committee is somewhere locked in the background. I would say I could do about 5 trips. 5 trips, and the profit margin doing Widow would be about 10 million. Okay, but how long would that take in total to do sort of trip like that? 10 hours. Depending on how you manipulate things, unless you've got money to burn, money to waste. I'm now going to, I need to get an idea on how high I am now. 22 kilometers, and I'm still too low. I don't know the true height of this, so I'm treating it as if I was approaching Lesky. 1212.
Can you hear me, Pepper?
I can hear you, but I can't switch screens yet. I don't know if it's activated in YouTube.
If you can hear me and you can't answer, just let me know that little miss has got sound problems and she's trying to fix it.
Well, I can hear you, but I don't know if I'm talking back to you. It could be my system. I've not checked nothing this morning. I could be on mute. I'm on final approaches. I can't really concentrate at the moment there, okay? Almost used 10%. No, I've not. I've used over 10%. Full scan.
Roger. That has to be Lovo dead in front. Oh, no, I'm on top of it practically. I can start doing my descent very soon. I still not too sure where to land this ship. My altitude is 3,000 feet. to say about 15 kilometers. I've got to be very careful. Yeah, 15 kilometers. I don't want to start descending until I'm sure. The reason why I haven't crashed. Is his mic working? Yes. I don't even know actually. Now he's got me conscious now to find if my mic's working. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It should be working. Full scan.
Roger.
I'm gonna have to change my key bindings. Full scan.
Roger.
I can hear everything now. Hello. I don't know what it was.
I had major problems just now when I booted up the PC. My G-Hub, Logitech G-Hub controls for my mouse, keyboard, all that wasn't active. Wasn't working. So I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, uninstalled it. It wasn't installing or nothing. Loads of messing around. So when you couldn't, when I thought you couldn't hear me, I thought it was a problem for this.
Oh, for some reason it was me. I don't know what happened. Earlier on, the whole thing froze. Literally, the whole thing froze. I couldn't turn the laptop off.
It seems to be getting worse in recent times, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just couldn't move anything. So the laptop literally just froze. So I had to wait at least 10 minutes before I could turn the laptop off. I had no sound. So I had to do the same thing again. But now it's all sorted now, thank God for that.
Yeah.
By the way, the people you can hear in the background, that's Little Miss and Commander Yoza trying to get the system sorted out, but I can't really get to talk to them because I'm on my final approach. I'm looking where to land.
There's no answer for Peppers. Port Olisar I, shuttle's empty. We've got this new thing on the screen.
Yes, in the top right corner.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was actually.
Yeah, it's a thing we've added
it's
for
a barcode thing.
Yeah, it's for testing purposes to help them locate problems.
Oh, I see.
I'm presuming those the two landing bays there on
I've
the
never seen that
right.
before. Weird.
Yeah, it shows you this is all. This is why everything is running so late and all that.
Please proceed to assigned landing.
Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
I've just said in chat, all of our shops are empty. Is it the same elsewhere? Somebody said EU shops are empty. Go to Australia or USA to buy. Jesus.
So the Port Olisar is completely empty, there's nothing in it at all.
Hang on, I'll just check it. Search.
The one I was looking at, sabre, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh,
Because there was a picture I saw the other day in that some Citizen UK, but it was weapons, not clothing. Just wanted to know if that was correct.
done this team for 17. Just got to check the suit shop, spacesuits.
That's the Casper, isn't it? No, no, that's the other one. Right.
Yeah, so all 4 shops are empty.
Thrusters 4
but
clicks.
anybody wants to buy
Roger.
car.
Thrusters 4 clicks.
Just waiting for doors to close to reactivate it. As you can see, I used 20% of my hydrogen.
Just getting coffee.
So now I could turn around and say, I would say about 3, if that, trips. So it's cutting down. And as you can see, I've not been going all over the place, I've been taking my time. I'm just waiting for the doors to close before I reactivate it again. Reason being is because I want to see how much hydrogen I've used before it takes my ship away, and how long it takes to refill the ship. Thrusters 3 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 3 clicks.
Don't want the ship taking off with me inside it now, do I? As you can see I've used 20%, and now I'm going in for final landing now, or final approach.
Please proceed to assign.
I'm just hoping I can actually buy fuel from here. I've used 1/5 of the fuel just coming here. Remember, it's not flying to your destination, it's when you're in the atmosphere, that is where you will use your hydrogen. Okay.
Them doors are slow. Okay. Those landing bay doors at area 18. Oh.
What's up?
I'm watching Pepper's stream and he's opened the doors opened for him to land, but they're ever so slow to open.
Ah, bizarre.
The reason why the doors are slow open, these are very big doors. Very big doors with so many millions of tons. Anyway, just let me...
That shit reminds me of a bug.
Weapon systems offline.
Oh gosh, I'm making mistakes now.
Like a little scorpion.
Making mistakes
With the
now.
legs at the front and the tail at the back because the tail doesn't go down.
Shoot, I've messed up. Right. That's what happens when you're not concentrating on what you're supposed to be doing. Shit. Okay, let's see if we can get out of the seat.
We've loaded into Australia. See if there's any clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, that image is like a barcode, isn't it? Reminds me of mine.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of as well.
Activate systems.
Roger.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Low power to shields. Low power to engines.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you the fuel takes or what it's cost here, okay? I'm working on it. Activate systems.
Roger.
The shops are full here, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Biased against the EU, that's not fair.
Yeah, just because we were coming out of Brexit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
put some
think
clothes in our shops too.
I've got a funny feeling it might be just the EE. I might have to go to I'm gonna have to oh, that means I have to go into a different server. Well, that'd be easy. But just let me try one more time.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage. Initiating ship storage procedure.
He's not going to
For your
give me
safety,
time,
please
am I?
vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
and I don't really know where the escape hatch is.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and respawn the ship and see if it'll let me put the fuel back in there. Can't fly a ship on an empty tank now, can you?
No. So you're saying the terminal took his ship, more fuel in there, because you can't fly a ship on an empty tank. No, you can't. Possible.
I'm going to the right place. No, I'm not.
Obey all security and customs personnel at all times. Their job is your safety.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Is he got number 1? Number 3.
Want your company to be
I'm going the right way.
Our corp's unique vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resource sharing and logistical pairing for our rental partners.
Now, I know that there is no landing bay at number 3. Alright? It's got to be 1, 2. Oh, then again, I'm always wrong. But I'm glad I'm here actually, because I want to look at this Twitch thing. But I've got to go make myself breakfast first though. Oh, it is here. Okay. As you can see, I'm legging it because I want to see how much fuel this is going to cost me.
It's more like brunch.
Oh, I'm going to have to make myself dinner. I think I'll make myself some crisps. I didn't say chips. I said crisps by making chips very, very small. I've got this thing for our barbecue spare ribs at the moment, which I think is brilliant. Don't do them in the microwave. No, I don't do them in the oven anymore. I do them in the microwave.
Hey?
Basically,
So I'm just laughing at him. Okay.
Basically, make your barbecue ribs, stick them in a container, make sure it's sealed, and cook at half temperatures for about an hour. Keep it down, make sure it's got enough liquids in there, because you have to top it up about 3 times. I do it 20-minute intervals at half heat. And it comes out just like it would, nice and moist As if they came out from the chippy Chinese chip shop. Anyway, just got a thing for those at the moment. But it's very expensive to make a whole tin or a whole buckle.
With a difference.
A whole.
How to cook barbecue ribs.
All this money to play Star Citizen. This guy's giving me cook lessons on YouTube. Well, if you're on the ship all day, you're gonna have to learn to make things. That's a seismic reactor. I want to know how to get to that shredder. There should be a door here somewhere. That might be the door. Okay, I'll check that out in a minute.
If anybody out there wants to join us for a Star Citizens or cooking tips, click on the link below in the description and come and say hello.
I used to be a chef, you see. I used to be many things. Activate systems.
Roger.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Two engines.
Well, you can see the problem here, can't you? I don't know if it's a bug or you're not allowed to buy fuel at Area 18. It's not a problem. I got plenty of fuel to fly back to Lesky. I know I can buy fuel there. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to make myself something to eat because I'm starving. What's this? But first I want to find out an escape hatch and getting up there. Basically, supposed to press self-destruct. I'm going to have to be getting off the ship very quickly. And I'm walking places I don't know. See, I don't know how to activate. Oh, has it got ladders? So what is it then? Oh, this is doing something. Is it? It's going. I don't like this little. I feel kind. Oh, okay. Oh, this is neat. Alright. So if you can get out the ship there, you should be able to get back into the ship there. Oh, neat. Okay. So that means there should be one on the other side. Let's have a quick look. I didn't know about this. Well, there's a lot of things I didn't know about. So that's how you get in there. So there should be one on the other side. Well, there isn't, so there. So how do you send it back up then? You have to be on it. I suppose you don't want to get back and you don't want stowaways on your ship. Well, that's gonna be a tough doodally for you then, because your ship's gonna be going that day. Isn't it automatic? Well, let's see if I can activate it back. Ah, what's this? This is it. Right, so you can. So there's no more running to the back entrance for this ship anymore. I found a secret entrance. Well, open up then. Oh, you are open. So that's my secret entrance from now on. No more running back to the Mensa. That's all the way back here. Can you see? I'm unfit. I'm out of breath. This is the part that's confusing me.
But it's no longer a secret.
You broke up there.
Sorry, but he said that's a secret entrance from now on. That's not a secret anymore, it's just been on stream.
Anyway, I'm going for a coffee break. I'll be back later. Right, so good night everybody. No, good night. What time is it? Well, I can have breakfast. You know what I'm having? I'm having mushroom, bacon, gander actually, egg, a cup of tea. Oh gosh. And tomatoes. I'm having it. Let's check my settings. I think that's too high for partying. The cores are okay, but that is not.
Stop! You're making me hungry!
I'm gonna have to turn down the club when she shouts. Right, okay, good night everybody. I mean, good night, it's not late, it's early in the mornings. And the other problem is, I'm losing frames. 13% of it has dropped, so I've got to also work on that too.